It's Saturday afternoon and we're here live at Nissan Arena for the HART Sapphire Series for 2020. It's netball at its finest as the teams, the six franchises, pushed for the semi-final spots. My name's Dave Mills. I'm joined in commentary by none other than Fiji international superstar, former Firebird, Dr. Simone Alate-Simi. We've got first versus sixth, and whilst there's a big points differential on the table, it's between the Cougars and the Tigers, the undefeated Cougars taking on the Tigers, who've not had the best season. It should still be a cracker match here at 3 o'clock today.
Yeah, definitely, Millsy. I think, great opportunity for the Tigers this afternoon to knock off the Cougars. It's always easier to be the hunter than the hunted, and that's certainly what the Cougars are at the moment, aren't they? No one's gotten close to them yet. They've
looked good all season. Jets gave them a bit of a scare, but they came through that match a couple of weeks back. There's the table. Cougars on 97 points, a long way from the Carina Leagues Club Tigers on 24. But sometimes tables don't mean anything. We saw the Bond University Bull Sharks. We commentated that one. First win of the season last week in a game they probably didn't think they'd win, and they dominated from start to finish.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, a great opportunity for the Tigers this afternoon, but obviously the Cougars, they're the team to beat at the moment, aren't they?
Well, the last time these two teams met was way back in round one, and it was not good for the Tigers. Cougars 60, Tigers 34. But we've been handed the lineups, and we'll go through that for you, and hopefully these are the players that can dominate the match. We'll start with the Cougars. Riley Holland goes into shooter. She's returning from injury. She missed the last game through injury. She had a thumb injury. She's back. Mia Stowe, who will be commentating with me in a later game today, she's at GA. Chanel Dyer is captain and wing attack. Ali McLeod moves into centre, which means Maddie Hinchcliffe moves back to WD. Ruby Bakewell-Doran is a GD. She's also back from injury. She had a dodgy ankle. Remy Camo is the goalkeeper, coached by Liz White. The bench, Bella Sorby, Martina Riekers, and the assistant coach is, of course, Darren Kennelly, Amanda Vanderwall, and Lynn Holland. Moving on to the Tigers, Amy Summerall, and in huge news, Riley Bachelor is back from her knee reco that she did about this time last year. So she's had a year off. She started with the Ruby side last game, and she is back. So she holds the weight of the association on her shoulders. Wing attack is Alice Monga, and the centre is Harriet Adset. Claire Haig, who's coming back from a broken nose, broke it through the week, played against the men's, and one of the men's clipped her. She's at WD. Shelley Rosenoff, the GD. GK Hayley Mulhern. Subs are Alana Schuster, Lily Gribble, Emily Gage. Coached by Aaron Burns. Megan Snell is the assistant, and Ashley Namo is the manager. So, can Riley Bachelor get her team off the bottom of the ladder?
Yeah, look, a big ask for Riley, obviously, to kind of take that whole load, but she will definitely be a great addition to the Tigers line this afternoon. It's, like you said, wonderful to see her back, one of our great up-and-coming juniors, and yeah, looking forward to what she puts out on the court this afternoon.
There's our umpires, Jess Lakeman, Nicola Stevens, and the reserve is Chantal Keane. I'd just like to take this opportunity to respectfully acknowledge the Turrbal, the Jigara and Yugara peoples, the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which this event is taking place, and elders past and present and emerging. I'm pretty excited for this game. Like, I think round one, 26 margin, Cougars probably just hit the season running a bit quicker than the Tigers, and the Tigers last week wasn't their best, but I think they're on the improve, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Certainly the last game that we commentated together, we talked a lot about the opportunities that the Tigers had. So with someone like Bachelor Door and Somerville in the circle for them this afternoon, hopefully they can capitalise on that and put some scoreboard pressure on the Cougars this afternoon.
Don't forget, if you want to be part of the coverage, you can by going to our Facebook page, HART Sapphire Series. And throughout the week, if you want to keep up to date with all the scores, reviews and everything, netball, sapphireseries.com.au. So the teams are getting on the court. The Cougars will be in their traditional red and black, and they will be going from the right of your screen to the left. Tigers in the also traditional black and orange, and they'll be going from left to right. Just waiting for the umpires and a netball, and we can get started soon.
Yeah, important to have a netball to commence the game, but...
That is true. And did you enjoy your week off? Did you duck out to the Vicky Wilson Cup looking at the future stars of Queensland netball?
No, that event was closed from my understanding, so they did not have any spectators. So I did not make it in.
Spectators, but I thought a special person.
No, I didn't get the VIP card that afternoon. But no, heard lots of good things. Congratulations to Moreton Bay College, I believe, that were winners of that last weekend.
Big shout out to All Hallows. I did a bit of work at All Hallows, and they've been getting better every year under Hilary Collins, and they finished 5th this year, which is an amazing effort for them, their senior side, and their juniors finished 8th. We're underway. We're with the Tigers. They had the first centre pass, and let's see how long it'll take. Well, it doesn't take long. Riley Batchelor, first shot back in 12 months. No mistake.
Yeah.
Tigers looking impressive 11 seconds in.
Yeah, absolutely. That was very direct and very, very smooth. So we'll see if I can continue that for the rest of the afternoon.
I was never a big name player myself, but how much impact does when you get a superstar back like Riley Batchelor, how much effect does that have on a team?
Look, I think what she will give the team confidence in is that she can shoot from anywhere and she's willing to do that. So that's fantastic from defence and feeding perspective, because you know that if you get her the ball in good position, she's going to put it away for you on most occasions.
So the Cougars matched the first goal to the Tigers with one of their own. It must take a lot of pressure off Amy Somerville, the captain.
Absolutely.
Having Batchelor back.
Yeah, definitely. And I think moving Monga into wing attack is also a great move. She provides a little bit more height in that position. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. But they've started really well, the Tigers, so far.
Just to bring all the fans at home back up to date, the Cougars played 2 weeks ago now, and they were easy winners in the end, 51-44. When I say easy, they were in control the whole match. Like the scoreline was only 7. And the Tigers, they got beaten by the Bull Shark that we mentioned in a game the Bull Sharks just dominated. We did that one together, and they went on some ridiculous, I think it was a 22-5 goal run, and looked impressive in that game. So
yeah.
Let's see how the Tigers bounce back. And the ball is with Riley Holland now, and she shoots and scores 3-2. And the ball with the Cougars.
Yeah, the Cougars were able to turn that ball over in the Tigers' attack end. So that's something that the Cougars do very well, is that they generally are able to punish their opposition, and they have an opportunity now, the Tigers, to do the same.
So Mia Stower threw that one to the sideline, and the physio picked it up nicely. And the ball with the side, great defence there shown by Dyer, captain leading by example.
Yeah.
And double teaming Holland, that leaves Mia Stower free. I probably wouldn't do that if I was the Tigers, would you?
No, not at all. I think they've got double strike power in that circle, the Cougars.
Absolutely, and there you go. Stower misses it, and it goes out. Ball with the Tigers through Mulholland. She gets it going quickly. And both teams just starting a little bit ragged here in this part. A few hands over the ball, and great pass from Dyer.
Yeah.
The tip from Stower to Dyer, finds Holland under the post, and 4-2 early stages Cougars.
Yeah, it wasn't the great delivery there by Rosenoff to Haig. Cougars were very able to pounce on that tip and score from it.
So Monga can't handle the centre pass, and the ball back with the Cougars now through Stower. And Holland, beautiful holds for the space, makes it look so easy. And that's another goal of the Cougars, 5-2. Just starting to pull away a little bit in the early stages of the first quarter.
Yeah, the Tigers won't want to let the Cougars get away anymore.
And they do, though. It's now 6-2. So just to bring you up to date, Batchelor is back. They wouldn't give me any details of Tigers. They kept the cards close to their chest. She is on restricted minutes. What that means is your guess is as good as mine. Kamo, spectacular there. That was brilliant. Hands over the ball, gets the intercept. As is Ruby Bakewell-Doran. She's on restricted minutes as well. So, and another goal there for Stower, 7-2, 5 margin. We've only been playing 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Scary times for Tigers.
Exactly. This is what the Cougars are capable of.
And they just seem to be going through the motions a bit here. It's a very well-drilled side, the Cougars.
Yeah, the Tigers not at all able to disrupt or cause the Cougars any concerns at the moment.
It's a defensive pressure as well. Like the tack's coming down and really helping out. There's the instant replay. One of our new features in the last 2 weeks.
Millsy's favourite for 2020.
I really do like it. Brought to us
I've heard.
Ooh, okay, I can take a hint. Stop talking about it, David.
No, not at all.
Double Take Sports, our content provider. So, and a third goal there to the Tigers breaks the run. That'll be a Mizuno momentum shift. There it is, another graphic. So they are all over it, the people from Double Take Sports. Gina, M-I-E-D, she's a very impressive person and keeps me in check. So the ball, Mulholland's out, 2-on-1 on the circle. The ball's with Stower. She's in the super shot range and takes it. If you're watching, well, she's a Firebird recruit, isn't she?
She is. She's a Firebird. Was in the 12 this year. So would have done plenty of practice and shot those goals as well when she got on the court for SSN this year, so not unfamiliar for her.
So the captain gets it now and makes no mistake. Somerville 9-4. We've only played 5 and a bit in the first quarter. So, of course, Firebirds, change of coach after 11 years, Rosalie Jenke. So that was sudden because she had another year to go on a contract.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. So it'll be a change of the guard for the Firebirds, obviously, with Rose, informing the club that she'll be moving on. So, yeah.
Okay, Simi, is she going to Collingwood? Is that the goss? My sources say she's there.
Hey, well, Millsy, time will tell. I have no idea, to be honest with you. That's the honest truth. Not that I ever lie to you, but it's the honest truth. I don't know.
No, Simi, never lied to me. So, ball with Bachelor Door now. Just on Rosalie, like 11 years, 5 grand finals. You cannot, like, if you could, you'd get signed tomorrow. If you could walk into that office and say, I'll give you 5 grand finals the next 11 years, they'd sign you tomorrow. So that's a very impressive effort.
Yeah,
so,
no, great. She's made a great contribution to netball here in Queensland.
And I'm telling you, like this year, I believe the Firebirds overachieved because they were such a young team, and she got those guys pumping really well. 5 of the last 6 games, I think they won, and that's an impressive effort. So sad to see her go, but exciting times ahead.
Yeah, definitely.
You're an elite coach, Simi. Just putting it
Not
out
quite that elite, Millsy, so lots of people in front of me before that.
Well, not with that attitude, Simi. The ball falls to the Cougars. They're 11-6 up here, and nice move there by Stower.
Yeah, look, the Cougars are just slick, like you said earlier, and the Tigers don't have any answers for in defence. The Tigers, on the other hand, have to work really hard in attack.
So they tried an overload centre pass there, and it looked good for the first pass, but the Cougars read it so well, they just picked the intercept off because they knew where the ball was going. Is that the risk when you're so structured with centre pass moves and things?
Well, I think if they only have one option off the centre pass, then it's pretty, it becomes obvious on who the receiver will be, and I think in that instance, Maddie Hinchliffe knew exactly where the ball was going because there was no other Tiger option available. So, we talk about it a lot, having 2 options, but that's a good example of why that's important.
Wise words there from the Supercoach States 19s coach, of course. And you read out that massive list of names last week for us.
Yeah, I know. I'm still recovering from that. You made me do it twice.
Don't worry, Lucy Benjamin did the third one for you.
Oh,
and the goal through Somerville, the captain trying to get involved. Margin of 6. We've got 7:16 to play in the first. It's been a super impressive performance by the Cougars opening quarter. 13 goals in 8 minutes. That's cooking no matter which netball you're talking about. That's pretty impressive, yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's not just been their attack end, like you said, it's the defence end that are creating those opportunities through their defensive pressure. And we see it here. The Tigers have had to, to their credit, they've kept possession, but they've had to work really hard to keep it. The Cougars are not letting any ball be an easy one.
They've started McLeod down at centre. Normally that's Hinchlife's spot, but looks $1 million. Looks like she belongs there, so...
Yeah,
they haven't missed a beat, have they?
No, not at all. And that's, again, a sign of a great team when they can move their players around and not miss a beat.
And a little touch on there by McLeod to Stower.
Yeah, she'll claim that as a pass.
It was a little flick on. And Holland, great to have her back. She missed starting a game 3 back with a nerve damage in her calf. Oh, and speaking of McLeod, gets that intercept brilliantly to Ruby Bakewell-Doran, and she thinks she got hurt there, but no.
No.
So, no. And the pass into Somerville, high risk, but Amy pulls it in and gets a margin. They're creeping back here, the Tigers. It was 13-6 a minute ago, now 14-9. So, eating into it, 6 minutes to play. And Holland, of course, missed the last game with a thumb. She caught a ball awkwardly, and the thumb was, she couldn't catch after that. So... But she caught that one brilliantly. So I'm assuming the thumb's better, judging by what I just saw.
Yeah, absolutely. Having to take the ball under all sorts of pressure, but she's good enough to do it.
Oh, nice drive there. That was a good test of the knee. She had to stretch out there, and that was brilliant. So I did it without thinking or hesitation. So Bachelor Door is back.
Yeah, she is back. And look, Somerville is too by this.
Yeah, exactly. She had a couple of rough games there, Somerville, and we've had a change in its centre. McLeod's come off. For the Cougars, that is. They have a new centre.
Baird, is it?
Baird that's come on?
Yeah,
it is Baird. So it's hard to read the backs of the shirt sometimes.
Great entry there by Riley Holland. Went off court, but made sure she was on court in plenty of time to receive that ball, to put it to goal.
That's Courtney Baird in at centre for the Cougars. First change of the game of these rolling subs, which all the fans at home know that I dislike immensely.
Looks like there's been another one for the Tigers. Bachelador looks like she's gone to the court. Gage is in at goal attack.
So she lasted just on 11 minutes in the first quarter, and I'm pretty sure she was 3 from 3. I was trying to keep stats in my head. I don't think she missed a shot.
No, I don't think she missed a shot either. Good pick up there by the Tigers.
So the Tigers get it back to within 6. We've got 4:22 to play in the first. A loose pass there, but
over pump there.
Monga couldn't pull it in, and it's back with Sorby. So Sorby's on as well. She's gone on GD. So Bakewell Doran, because she's on limited minutes as well. This is going to be a fun game for us to they're going to be changing with these restricted minutes. So, but the physios know best.
Yeah, look, definitely don't want to, put the athletes under any kind of unnecessary risk.
I believe Bakewell Doran had an ankle problem. That's why she missed the last, actually 2 games. But she's back looking fit too. The ball now through Baird finds Holland well. Holland holds the backspace almost better than anyone else in the league.
Yeah, she does really well at finding the body at the right time to open up space for herself.
So we've just had someone tell us that it's Helen Baird, and on my list says Courtney Baird. So I don't know how well that person knows the Baird family, but I've been calling her Courtney all season, so that's
unless
embarrassing.
She's tagging someone.
It's embarrassing if I've called it wrong for like only 10 rounds. So the ball falls with Stower now. Margin is 7, 18-11, 2:55 to play. A couple of stops here for the Tigers, and they're back in it. And there's one.
Oh,
yes, yes.
Oh, well done. Looks like Lily Gribble's entered the court in at keeper for Mulhoran.
So Lily Gribble, our co-commentator, Paula Stewart's favourite player in the whole world. So big fan of Lily Gribble. And the changes are coming thick and fast now. That's 4 for the quarter across the 2 teams. So at your level at the state 19s, will you play rolling subs as well?
We were going to this year, so it was going to be the first time that they'd introduced it at national underage championships. But we hadn't didn't get that opportunity. But we did play it last year at A&L level before it was introduced into Suncorp Super Netball.
So the centre pass to the Tigers, they needed that, got picked off. Adset fired it in, but it got picked off, and it turns to Holland, who gets the 19th. That's correct, the 19th for the Cougars. They're on track for 80 today if they keep at this scoring rate.
Yeah, it's a really high-scoring quarter.
But 12's not too bad either, just quietly. But
no, well, exactly. I mean, across both teams to get that amount of goals in one quarter is huge.
So Monga with it now. And she kicks it back out there.
Misses Somerville under the post there.
Somerville screened well for Gage. She kicks it back. Somerville does well, backing her up in the super shot range. And gets it.
Great shot there by Amy Somerville.
Captain did well there. It's a shame we're not playing the super point, because they've had a few, the Tigers. So
Gage did very well keep that ball in, and then Somerville to back up and then put it to goal at that range. That's the kind of things, the plays that the Tigers need to try and put back this lead that the Cougars have, and that was lucky. It
was a good bounce in the end, but Kamo picks it off regardless. Hinchlif's back on at WD. Yeah. Sorby at GD.
Tigers are a bit guilty of just standing and waiting for the ball, which is just inviting the Cougar defenders to come through.
Holland gets a chance for the Cougars' 20th, and she does. 20-13, margin 7, ball back with the Cougars. Tigers desperately need a stop.
Yeah, definitely. 33 goals in one quarter is fairly...
It's a bit of Showtime netball. Yeah. Oh, great play. Holland
great.
Chases it down. Cougars at their best there. That was very impressive.
That was very impressive. It was unfortunate that last pass couldn't stick, but they still are rewarded with the goal. 21 goals.
I'm going to say that they were using the clock a bit, because the Tigers probably won't have a chance to score here. That's why that pass didn't stick. Set play. Oh, it falls to Somerville to make me eat my words.
To be taking the shot.
And how stupid do I look now? Because Amy Somerville Drills one from just inside 5 metres. That was impressive. It's been a great first quarter. Very open netball. A little bit of loose play there from the Tigers, but the Cougars dominating in the offensive end. 21-14. Simone Alatu, thoughts on the first quarter?
Oh, look, I think the Cougars have shown why they are the top team on the ladder at the moment, and why no one has beaten them to date. But in saying that, I thought the Tigers, were really good in patches, and they had, Amy Somerville sinking goals like she did, like that last one. So I think, they're still in it, but they're going to have to make sure that they, capitalise on some of these turnovers that they're creating for themselves to try and bridge this lead.
So the Cougars came out of the blocks. It was 2-2, and then they went on a run, and then the Tigers answered for a while, and it's sort of been between that 5 and 7 for the remainder of the quarter, and it's currently 7 at the moment. The offensive end, the combination between Stour, I've been told, someone just told me it's pronounced as in Stour as in power. Right. I've called it Stour all season. And Holland is, hope I've pronounced that one right, is it's just unstoppable at the moment.
Yeah, they've got such a great connection. Both of those players been playing together for a number of years, either in the Cougars environment or the A&L environment. So, not surprising that connection is so strong. But in saying that, I think the Tigers have the ability to try and disrupt a little bit more, and did at times, but probably need to do a little bit more often if they want to stop that flow. So
let's listen in and see if we can pick up anything from Supercoach Liz White as she talks to her Chargers.
Obviously she's going to shoot. She's got one of the base covered. Then Remy goes and but I think that we were really loose on her. And I mean, she wasn't the one we expected. I get that. But there is a lot of ball out there, right? So we can have it. And the front is putting lots of pressure. So that one you came out for, great work. Yeah. Great work. So we need to work hard to get blocks. Sorry? No, you can start. I just watched this time.
So Liz White, they're showing experience, but trying to get the two defenders. If I read that right, she wants one to go up first, and when the other one's on the way down, she wants the other one to get the timing right, so they're always one in the air. Is that how you read that?
Yeah. I think she's asking for a double jump there, so to make sure, but that when she knows that the shooter is definitely going to post, so that if one jumps, then obviously then there's the opportunity for that pass off closer to the post. So I think just to put a bit more pressure on Somerville in particular, because she's not afraid to take those long balls. And
Somerville's looked a different player the last time we watched her. She was really tagged hard last game we saw her play, and this one here she's actually standing out and banging them from everywhere, which is a good confidence booster. Maybe having Riley on the bench has helped.
Yeah, absolutely. I think having another capable shooter, not to take anything away from Gage, but just the different, more experienced goaler.
I hope we get that on replay. That's known as the Millsy Shuffle. That is a magnificent play there by Riley Holland.
Maybe she's watched you in your day, Millsy.
I invented that back in the 90s. And there it is there. Look at that. That's classic Millsy Shuffle and magnificent play and the shot to finish. So the first goal goes to the Cougars.
It was good movement there by Gage to get Kamo, off her, off her body.
So, of course, you can join the coverage. Get onto our Facebook page, HART Sapphire series, as have many people. A lot of people I used to coach, actually, and people who are filling me in about my pronunciations today. So I wish I'd done it in round 1 rather than round 10. But anywho, so the ball with the Tigers, and they're trying to answer the margin 8.
Oh, great.
Hinchliff does well, and then contacts brilliantly, and Rosenoff takes a tumble into the advertising hoarding. We'll see it here on replay. Eyes for the ball, Hinchliff, bang. Tried to catch it though in her defence, and there goes the advertising hoarding. The ball loose, great save there, but unfortunately picked off by, that's Sorby.
Yeah, I think Sorby's started in again at goal defence.
Again. Oh, did she start off court there, maybe? Controversial.
Yeah, I think there looks like there's blood.
So, and we have a delay. And Mulholland's come on. She's back on at GD. Scottish International. 141 tests she told me she's played. That's a lot of tests.
That is a lot of tests.
That'd be up there in the world scale. I think, is it the South African who went to New Zealand, the shooter, what's her name? I always forget the name. The shooter.
Van Dyke.
Yeah, she's the world leader, I believe, at about 160 odd.
Yeah, right.
So 141 is impressive.
That is very impressive.
So Rosenoff, we just had a picture there. She's gone to the physio's bench, getting a bit of, looks like a Band-Aid thrown on the knee.
Yeah.
So must be a bit of bark off. So the ball with the Cougars. They lead by 8.
Yeah, the Tigers again had an opportunity, but it's just that down in their attacking third at the moment, they're just not being able to stick.
A rare miss there by Stour. Thank you. Don't tell me you knew that. Oh, and you didn't tell me last week.
I don't think did she play last time, Mo?
Partner in crime. Stour throws a long ball. I'm going to call it every time she touches. So it falls with Holland, and Holland scores. Ooh, the margin creeping up to 10, double figures, biggest lead of the match. And the Tigers did lead 2-1, but that was in the 3rd minute.
Gage.
She's played big minutes this year because of the injury to Batchelor. Shows the experience there, and that's a Mizuno, a momentum shift. Tigers breaking that run of 3 by the Cougs. Holland. Both players out on that one, I think. Gribble and Mulholland. Got to get the timing better there. Oh, another centre pass. Monga can't pull that in.
Yeah, it was pushed quite far out of her reach on that occasion.
Look at the structure here by the Cougars. Like, just classic throw-in. You know, 3 players in a straight line. They had the keeper as an option. They are a well-drilled side, Simone. They
are a well-drilled side. They always have been. A group that's been, majority of them been together for a while, but still, with the additions of the new players, you can see that, yes.
Just want to do a shout-out to one of the Queensland mixed players, Lawrence West. He's been in hospital. He had an operation through the week. He's watching us today. All the best, Loz. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. And we'll see you soon as the ball falls to Holland.
Yeah, it was a great intercept there by Bella Sorby. Just read it and came through really strongly and cleanly. Liz White did say to her defence in that quarter-time break that there were lots of balls to be had, and Sorby has rewarded her on that occasion.
So the Cougars lead the quarter by 4. Margin is 11, 27-26. The Tigers have called a timeout there. I saw Batchelor all warming up pretty earnestly, so she might be back shortly. And we'll hopefully get into the Tigers camp and have a listen to this timeout.
I want to go into centre. All right. In defence, we just need to get off the body a little bit more and making sure that you're adjusting. If you're not going to get that first ball, make sure that you're back on 3 feet. You have got them holding the ball for 2.5 seconds. It's on that last half a second they're throwing it, so we need to stick with the defence hard on for the full 3 seconds to get that turnover. Okay. In attack, get into the circle. Let Amy come out straight up the middle. All right. Get to the circle. All right.
I am coming through just past the centre circle to give me time.
What did you make of that, Simone Olatu?
Yeah, look, I think, Coach Aaron Burns there asking for her defenders to stay committed. And I think in attack, definitely they need to make sure that they're hitting the circle's edge and giving good service to their shooters, because they've shown that, some of all Gage and Batchelor have shown that they can put it to goal if they just give them the service and get them the ball.
Looks like she wants the captain, Somerville, to come up through the middle channel and then distribute off to the sides. Is that how you read that? When she said, leave it open for her?
Yeah, just to get a bit of movement, I think, which is what they are struggling with a little bit, particularly down in this attack end. If you see here, they're having to go sideways and back a lot. So hopefully with Somerville coming out and not doing the splits, that might help create some movement.
That fooled the defence, and she gets the shot.
Did. I don't think that quite counts as a double dodge, but I'm sure Amy will take it.
So the timeout was taken at 27-16, and the Tigers get the first. They get a chance here to get the second, and Schuster's come on at centre.
And that was a play I think that Coach Burns was looking for. You saw Somerville come out the middle, Gage enter, and she was able to deliver to her under the post.
So they get 2 straight since the timeout. The ball with Hinchliffe now, and McBed's in at centre. I'm not going to say her first name until I get a clarification. So, Stour.
Stour.
As in power.
Are you commentating with her later? You can have a chat.
I'm going to get clarification on that and probably have to apologise on air. There'll be a formal apology. Listen in, people. And the ball falls to Schuster.
Yeah, well done there by Schuster. It was a great drive.
Somerville takes it all the way to the hoop. Should make no mistake here. Oh, commentator's curse, but doesn't.
Doesn't.
Margin 9, so it's been a good time out to the Tigers. It was early in the second quarter that they took it. And Holland comes out now. Stour, top of the circle, peels off now. Baird opens up beautifully for Holland. And the double pump fake finds Holland in good range. She misses, but gets her own board.
Just not able to rebound, unfortunately, the Tigers. They did everything right.
So, Gribble, her elevation couldn't stop it. I think that's Mulholland couldn't get it either. Oh, clash there. Claire Haig played the one of our Queensland men's teams through the week and copped us. Bloke was running past through his arm, accidentally clocked her in the schnoz and broke the schnoz. So
she's tough, Claire.
She told me last week she thinks she's probably played 200 games because she's been playing 11 years at this level. So I'm not sure if the maths works out there, but 14 or 15 a season. But
she has been playing. She has played a few. So yeah, 11 years. Played for the Lynx.
In
for
your
many
time?
years, yeah, in my team actually. Was my captain at Lynx. So
when you were the coach, not the player?
Both actually.
Oh, cool.
But yeah.
So
here we go. The Tigers.
They've got it to 10 hands in there from
Kamo
and doesn't get the call. I thought it did come off Tigers last. Gage gets us going again. Finds
well done
Sorby from the Cougars, who read that well, positioned herself well. It was in the space there, just read it like the proverbial Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah, definitely.
And Dyer takes it all the way to the circle. And Stour with it. That makes no mistake. So the margin back to 11, that's what it was when the timeout was called. They lead the quarter by 4. Cougars just accumulating competition points. And if my maths is correct, that takes them over the 100. So they were 97 coming into this game, and they've picked up 4 if they win this quarter. So they'll be at 101. It's a strange tale, is it, with the such you can get 18 points a game. So can't think of any other sport where you can get so many points.
Yeah, well, points for winning quarters, for winning the match.
So, do you like that concept?
It is it is an interesting concept. I think it's similar to the super shot. I think it favours the teams that perhaps need to catch up on points quickly, or need to catch up on big amounts of points.
Yeah, I'm a bit torn. I'm not adverse to change, but I think that keeps the good teams going harder. You know what I mean? So the haves seem to have more than the have-nots, and they push on through the whole quarter. So, of course, we both come from an indoor background back in the day, and they brought in a skin system, and I just found the good teams they went for a whole 48 minutes. You couldn't, hope for a bit of a last week quarter. So another Mizuno momentum shift, and Cougars trying to increase their lead here, and they do through Holland. Margin is 12. 6:18 to play, and a loose pass there can't be pulled in, but Hinchcliffe does. And look at Dyer, just the pace of that girl. So
yeah, she just always makes everything look so easy, doesn't she?
She does, and Riley Holland made that shot look easy, and we've had a very quick rolling sub. So it looks like McLeod's back on, and Stour proves the power and gets another one, and her goal there makes the margin 14, biggest lead of the game. We're approaching half-time. We've still got 5 to play. Remember, they scored 21 in the first quarter. They're on target for that again in the second. Another 7, and they're doing 21 a quarter, which is unheard of to keep that sort of consistency going. No,
it's huge, but it's a great reflection of the Cougars team, and that they are really, I think, how many rounds until the semis? They don't have very many games
this
to
go.
This is
round 7, there's 3 to go. So the teams are starting to push towards the semis. And without giving secrets away, the Cougars are probably guaranteed finishing 1-2 where they are on the ladder. Maybe if they didn't get any more points, the Wildcats could win. I was talking to their coach, Liz White, and she said if we get 20 more, then we're guaranteed to finish 1 or 2. And they'll probably win this quarter, so they've got 4 of their... They've got 16 to go. And if they win tonight's game, well, today, then that'll probably take care of that. So you can't see the Cougars not winning another quarter between now and semi-finals.
No,
so,
exactly.
Nice move there by Gage. Gets the margin back to 13.
So it was a better build-up there by the Tigers. They had more options.
And Rikas has come on, and her first touch would have been a miracle. That one had snow on it. It went that high.
It did have snow. Asked a lot of her as she just ran onto court, but...
She literally was on the court a second.
Oh,
and
well done there.
Haig saves it. Falls back to the Tigers.
Poor Dye got a bit of a shock. Was not expecting that ball.
The backhand. And Gage with it. Finds Adsett. Adsett, beautiful pass into a Somerville. And the ever-consistent Amy Somerville gets another one. Margin back to 12. Tigers have owned the last few minutes. They're centre next. This is where they've had a bit of trouble. They haven't been able... Oh, she's called break. Bachelor, I think, is out there. Oh, no, sorry, Gage. And got bumped from behind by Sorby. And they called it for a break.
They called it for a break, yeah.
Umpire missed one there, unfortunately. And that's the momentum killer. Like they can turn the ball over, they score for it, but they struggle to get the next centre pass.
Exactly, yes. They need to string a few of these goals together.
Would have got the margin back to 11. Instead, we could be 13. Cougars centre next. It could be back to 14. Rikas, she's been impressive on the court time she's had this year. She's another relaxed individual. Her and Charlie Bell and Holland, they're just so relaxed when they shoot.
Yeah, definitely. I
was petrified when I was shooting the ball.
They go to the hoop a lot, so that they can ensure that they are relaxed and have their shooting routines down pat.
Seems like a bit of increased intensity at the moment. The Tigers lifting. The margin 13. Gage calls for it. They go to Somerville instead. Top of the circle. She's in the super shot range. Of course, we don't play that here. But she'll take this about 4 metres out. And passes off. Gage pulls it in a cannon well. There's that double jump that you were talking about at quarter time there from Liz White.
Yeah, just trying to put a bit more extra pressure on.
So 12 the margin. I would have thought that was a Tiger centre.
Oh.
Falls to Somerville. She gets it brilliantly. So this is the closest the Tigers have been. They've really increased it. You can just feel the vibe in the... They've increased the pace a lot, and they get the margin to 11, 37-26. It was only a couple of minutes ago I was saying that they're at 37. They'll get to 42 easily.
Yes.
Probably won't now. So they're on a roll here. That'll be 5 straight, I believe, to the Tigers. Holland breaks the sequence. Gets the 38th goal for the Cougars. They're still averaging 19 a quarter. Nothing to be sneezed at.
No, but the Tigers on that occasion did put a lot more pressure on the Cougars in attack.
It's just like the Tigers have all of a sudden woken up, isn't it? Like they're talking to each other. There's a lot more chirpiness out there.
Yeah, definitely.
And hitting the circle beautifully. Somerville.
I think Alana Schuster in that centre has really helped create that. She's offered a bit more depth in her drives, which has just opened up space, regardless of whether she's got it.
Somerville unfortunately short on the shot.
Not being able to convert that.
That was a big miss. Well, they're all big misses, but that one in particular with the momentum the Tigers' way. And Hinchliffe with it now, hands up high, finds Sorby.
You just see, like you said, the defensive pressure here of the Tigers has really lifted. So this hadn't been happening that regularly. Great hold up there by McLeod.
So Rosenoff and Haig got on each other's way there. That opened it up nicely for the Cougars. And, of course, the Cougars don't miss an opportunity. McLeod hits Rikas. Bit of a replay ball, not called by the umpire. Rikas from a fair distance. Boom shakalugga.
Yeah, great shot there by Rikas.
Very relaxed. That's her on screen now. A very relaxed individual. And Hinchliffe hands over. No call for obstruction. Yes, she has been. I don't think Hinchliffe agreed with that.
No.
30 seconds to go.
Hinchliffe's hands over pressure is one of her greatest strengths. So,
I always say the ball knows, and it falls back to the Cougars. Dyer with it through Rikas, back to Dyer. They've got chance for 2 if they hurry. It falls to Holland. She'll need to score here now. There's 11 seconds left. It is Cougar centre next. They've got it now. McLeod gets it, 6 seconds. She goes in, finds Dyer. Dyer looks long. Holland turns at the top of the circle and misses. Whew, the build-up.
It was great. It was a great build-up.
So 21-14 was a quarter-time score. They put 20 on again, this time 20-12, and the margin is 41-26, margin of 15. It's all Cougars, Simone Alatu.
Yeah, it is Cougars. They're really unstoppable at the moment. The Tigers have looked, they've been able to string some goals together, but just haven't been able to make the plays in those moments to try and bridge that gap a little bit more than what they'd like to.
So there'll be some soul-searching done. Batchelor warming up by herself on the court, so we might see her back in this third quarter. So we don't know what she's allowed to play, but we'll find out if it has any impact on the Tigers when we return in a few seconds after these commercials.
Did you know that majority of netballers aren't wearing the appropriate shoes on court? Running shoes or generic trainers don't provide the grip and support for the quick, dynamic movements needed in a game. It's time to make the swap with Mizuno.
Live from the Nissan Arena here at Mount Gravatt, where it's a balmy 26 degrees. Simone, have you been outside today? It's a beautiful day out there.
I have been outside. I've been at the soccer this morning watching my son, and it is beautiful out there. Beautiful Brisbane day.
So there's the first 2 quarters, 21-14 to the Cougars in the first, 20-12 in the second. They are a ridiculously consistent side. The first 3 games they scored 60, 61 and 60. So they certainly they set themselves goals and they tend to achieve it. They've really dominated from start to finish. Having said that, the Tigers look good early. Riley Batchelor seemed to give them a bit of a zest at the start. She's had to restrict her minutes, obviously, come back from a knee injury, and at the moment it's all Cougars. So you put your coaching hat on. You're the Tigers coach. What do you say to your Chargers at half time?
Oh, look, I think in attack is probably where they can make their most gains. They need to make sure they've got more than one lead, which I know Erin Burns had alluded to on one of the tactical timeouts, and they've just got to take responsibility for the ball and make sure that they put it to goal, because they've certainly had opportunities to do that.
And Liz there, just having a chat to her Chargers. She'd be pretty happy with what she's seeing now. And this is typical Liz White's coach teams. You know, they're very consistent. And then when the finals is around the corner, we put the foot on the pedal and we just start dominating that a little bit more. So we've seen it for 105 years. Nothing's changed, has it?
No, it hasn't. But that is why they are such a successful club. And certainly, the Cougars being unbeaten so far in this season also is reflective of that.
You and I have both coached against Liz at different franchises, and whilst we know it's going to happen, it's another story to be able to stop it. So.
Yes, exactly. Yes, one thing to know, another thing to do something about it. Great experienced coach, and like I said, her players have been together for a long time. And even the introduction of the rolling subs, and particularly the younger players that are taking the court for them, like Rikas and Baird, haven't missed the beat. So again, another sign of a great side.
So don't forget, tonight, 7 p.m, it's up at the Caloundra, USC. Not quite sure how we're doing it. I will be commentating, but I'm not going to be in Caloundra. It's all part of this incredible technical wizardry that we have being performed by Double Take Sports. I'm actually going to their showroom, and apparently I'm commentating off the big screen. They're giving me the thumbs up. So Double Take Sports, ruining it for people that like to travel. But anyway, we're doing it from Brisbane, and that is, of course, USC Thunder. 4th place, taking on the 3rd place Wildcats. And I'll tell you this, I reckon if the Thunder get up tonight, the top 4 is almost set. So that's a big game for Gary Passion coach Tide. They really need to take on the defending premiers, and even if they don't win the game, take some quarters off them and get some points up, because they don't want to end up with one of these teams like either the Sharks or Tigers. Sharks were super impressive last week. If they continue on that roll, all of a sudden the Thunder are in a fight for 4th, and they really wouldn't want that. I think 1 and 2 are almost set, unless the Wildcats can pull some upsets. But that fourth place is down to 3 sides, is how I see it. How about you, Sim?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the Thunder playing at home in front of their home crowd up there at USC, everything's kind of in their favour. So they've just got to be able to put, put out a performance, like you said, to try and really consolidate their spot on the ladder. But yeah, I think the Jets and Cougars definitely have shown that they are the teams.
And tomorrow,
to beat.
live from Somerset College from 6 p.m, we're taking on, it's the Sharks, the Bull Sharks from the Gold Coast, taking on the Ipswich Jets. They're on the road, and we're heading down the highway, down to Somerset College. I'll be calling that one with a surprise commentator. We're not revealing it just yet. It's not you though, Sim, is it? You're not coming down, are you?
No, I'm not making
So
that trip.
if I was planning on Sunday, I'd get have a lazy breakfast, I'd go to the coast, spend the day at the beach, then get yourself out to Somerset College and enjoy some first-class netball. Of course, if you can't, join me and a couple of other people on the commentary from just before 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Once again, don't forget you can be part of the coverage any game you want. It's HART Sapphire Series, that's our Facebook, or follow us on sapphireseries.com.au. And we thank all our sponsors, HART, the major sponsor, Mizuno, and our product partner, our content partner, Double Take Sports. So second half underway, Tigers have it. They'll be going from left to right in the black and gold, taking on the Cougars with a lot to do here, 15 down. Great news for the Bachelor d'Or fans, she's back on the court. You're predicting 30 minutes, she's played about 11, so we should see her for about 19 if you're right. Loose pass there, falls to Adset, and Bachelor d'Or cuts around the top. And that's her first miss, but it's an obstruction anyway. She's got a lovely technique. Could pass off, but doesn't.
No.
Just like all the shooters in this league, very confident to go to the hoop.
Yeah, definitely. And we see Ruby Bake-Doran's back on as well, so...
Another restricted minute player as she comes back from an ankle injury. Impressive play there between Stour and McLeod as she gets the shot away. Keeps the margin at 15. Oh, that was a cannon thrown there. And Adset. Tell you what, when Adset winds that arm up, she's got a bit of power on that pass.
She does have a lot of power.
As in Stour.
As in Stour.
I'm going to get that. I will not call that incorrectly again this season, and I apologise to the Stour family.
I'm sure the people up in Toowoomba will be very happy.
She's a T-Bar girl?
She's from Toowoomba, yeah, Toowoomba Junior.
She's moved from Toowoomba to one of the most iconic clubs we have.
Unfortunately, the Toowoomba team doesn't have a Sapphire team.
Do you think it'll be long before they do? Because they produce a lot of talent from the mountain.
Yeah, definitely. You would hope that would be the case. I think, talking to actually Mia's mum, Beck Stour, the coach for the Panthers team, is the challenge for them is to keep the players together because they moved down to Brisbane for uni and for work, etc. So
that's always the problem with the country teams, isn't it? Like the kids, they graduate school and they go to college, uni, etc., and or even work, and before you know it, you've lost them from your region. So, and the ball falls with Hinchliffe, margin 15, so that's positive. That hasn't got away from the Tigers yet. And Rika steps in, and brilliant work there by, I think it's Haig, but she's called for the obstruction.
Yeah, it was great. Haig able to get a hand, but called out of play.
And Rika's as casual as you like, gives herself a little clap after the shot, and that was lovely to watch. 16 the margin, and the Cougars are away in the third championship quarter.
Yeah, they definitely haven't missed a beat, have they? Particularly with Holland, who had such a dominant first half leaving the court. They've just been able to continue with Rikas and Stour.
So, and the ball with Bachelor d'Or, and
just
rings out. That's her first mitt for the game.
Yeah.
She's in your state 19s?
She is. Yeah, very lucky to have both Rikas and Bachelor d'Or in the 19 squad, so blessed with lots of great talent.
Two very cool cats in the squad. So, Stour finds Rikas, and again, her feet weren't even in the correct position there, but it didn't matter. It was just a sweet shot in the end. And just like that, the Cougars got the margin to 19. It was only 15 a little bit ago, and another turnover here, this time to Kamo. And look at the transition here. Bake-Doran just driving down the court, cracks bed on the head. The traditional Falcon finds Rikas now, and Stour gets another one, and it's the magic 20, 48-28.
Yeah, it's
just the Cougars just rolling through. Remember, last time Cougars-Tigers played was way back in round 1, which is in August. 60-34, margin of 26. We're in danger of beating that, Sim.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to see how the Cougars could be stopped at this point in time. They definitely just like a well-oiled machine at the moment.
So they're approaching the half century. And Bachelor, nice move there. That was really impressive. So, and I guess that sort of thing will come with confidence in time as the knee gets stronger. Unfortunately, the pass let her down, and Kamo read it like a John Grisham and got that one down nicely and falls to Rikas.
Yeah, Kamo's been great today. She's read and had a go, and again, that was something that Liz White asked of her in one of the tactical timeouts, as we see one being called now by the Tigers, it looks like.
The Tigers, with we've only played 4:36, and they've called a timeout in the third quarter, margin 22. It was 15 at the break, so the 7-goal increase in margin for this quarter. And we're going to go in and have a look and have a listen to what the Tigers are saying right now.
Second guessing about when you give that ball and making sure that when you give the ball it is to somebody who's actually open. So sometimes we just need to get a little bit more depth before we're coming back to the ball, because we're just offering that 1-2 and then short, and they're able to come forward and pass. So you need to get more depth with. So what Amy was saying, take the cut so somebody can come up. It's what we did at training the other night. Take the cut so someone can come up. Okay, just go back to what we've been doing at training. All right, that's all we need to do, and then hands over in defence and delay that run. Because when they turn the ball over, their transition is so quick down the court. Yeah. We've got to start doing delay as well. Yeah, that's great. Here we go. We know what to do.
So the coach basically calling for a greater effort and replicating what they've been doing at training. So what do you think of that, Tim?
Yeah, look, I think, when Erin talked about the fact that they've got to make sure that their movement is actually trying to drag the defender with them and not just kind of doing it for the sake of it, was an important, point, because I think Kamo is an example of when that doesn't happen, she's just coming through and taking it, and Sorby as well has had a field day in that this afternoon.
So we'll see if that has any impact. 50-28 was the score when the timeout was taken. And last time we had a timeout, they came out of it well, the Tigers, and got a couple back. This time they get the first one. Oh, Bachelor. Bit of a hospital pass there. Anything can happen there, we should get cleaned up.
Yeah.
So shows great courage and gets the ball now. This is her range and makes sure of it.
That's the shot. Yeah, look, I think Schuster just trying to get a bit of movement and momentum down in that attack end. Bachelor didn't look like she was ready for it, but she took it anyway.
So that goal to the Bachelor makes it a Mizuno momentum shift and breaks a run of 4 to the Cougars. And 2 in a row. No, I called it too early.
You did. The commentator's curse.
It looked like it was in. It was more in than out. And then, boom, gets turned over. Kamo again. You mentioned Kamo having a great game. Cast your mind back. When did she have a bad one? I think we take it a little bit for granted. She just does some amazing things every game.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's a fair call.
Speaking of amazing things, Mulholland there with the intercept. There it is on replay. Double Take Sports replay. Magnificent effort that.
And then unfortunately the Tigers, though, just throw it away again. So just not being able to capitalise on these turnovers that they're creating.
It's been a bit of the story of their season this year, hasn't it, the Tigers? They just can't put the cherry on top. They do the hard yards, they get the ball, and then something goes wrong, whether it be a bad pass, missed shot, or... In these last 2 plays, we've had a missed shot and then a bad pass. And you can't give Cougars that many chances, can you?
No, exactly. The ability to finish is really important, but particularly against a team like the Cougars, who will just punish if that doesn't happen.
Mia Stour ripped that ball in and passed off all in one motion. We'll talk about that tonight, because she'll be joining me in the commentary from 7, and when we take on the Thunder and Wildcats, coming to you live from our usual channels. Tigers in transition here. 22 the margin, and another. That's exactly what we were just talking about. Through to no one.
Just that last pass, Ads had stopped. Oh, well done, Schuster. Great contest on that ball, but unfortunately caught out of play.
And speaking of ball girls, because I believe we have the ball girls from Queensland Catholic today. QC are here. That's what I was told. If I said QC, I assume that's Queensland Catholic. So thank you for their participation. Keeping the game flowing, keeping everyone safe with our COVID practices. Of course, you can come watch any game here at Nissan Arena. Ticketing information is always on our website, and we do follow COVID-safe 19 practices. Rika's step to one side, one leg, casual as you like, and drains it. 23 the margin. I suppose when you're 22 up, yeah, there's not a lot of pressure on the shooter, yeah?
No, not at all, but I think she does that all day anyway. And I think Riley Batchelor-Dor will be wanting to answer, and she does.
So, trying to impress their coach who's sitting beside for the State 19s, Simone Olatu. We have a break here, and that gives the Tigers an opportunity. Margin 22, that's what it was when we called the timeout.
And it looks like Monga's come on at centre.
And there she's with the ball now. She might give him a little bit more drive, kicks it back.
What I like about Monga is that her movement around the circle edge and her patience. And I think at times the Tigers have been a little bit guilty of being a little bit impatient in that attack end.
Classic triangle offense there. She hit the top of the circle, teamed up with both Somerville and Batchelor. And here's that energy we were talking about in the second quarter. They just seem to have lifted a little bit, the Tigers. Somerville again, more in than out, misses 3 in a row now. That's 3 in a row misses for her.
Yeah, just spinning out. But well done to Batchelor-Dor for challenging that rebound and then getting it on the third attempt.
She's looking pretty good for girls coming back from a knee, Rico.
Yeah, no, it's great to see her. She's done a lot of work, obviously, in her rehab.
So a chance here for the Tigers. Another turnover.
Stour was trying to use her power and got called for it, Millsy.
Oh, stop it. Simone Olatu. You're the expert, I'm the funny one. That's how it works. Facebook just lit up there. Apparently I'm not the funny one. So, but
Great
another goal there to the Tigers, and we digress a little bit. So the Tigers now, this is the closest I've been for a while. It's back to 19. It was 22 when the timeout was called, 15 at halftime.
Oh, well done.
Showtime here. Oh. Batchelor-Dor can't finish the glory goal, and the ball falls to... And, Haig read that one like the proverbial John Grisham.
She did, and that was a great ball there by Adset into Somerville.
So here come the Tigers. The margin is 18. They've scored 4 straight. Watch the replay here. Beautifully done. And Cougars looking for a momentum shift here through one of their shooters now. It falls outside, and there's a player on the court. That's Mulherron. She does spend a bit of time on the floor. Must be a Scottish thing. And obstruction just inside falls to Rikas. Will she take the shot? Of course she does, and gets it. There's your Mizuno momentum shift right there. And margin 18. They've got 4:35 to stay on this sort of 20-goal quarter. They need 7. I don't think they're going to get it. The Tigers are playing quite well at the moment.
Yeah, they do. They are playing really well, and I think the introduction of Mongo into centre has really helped to open up some space down in that attack end. And I think Lily Gribble's done a great job as well in helping ball carry the ball right down to the attacking transfers for the Tigers.
Somerville gets another one. Margin 18. They are coming, the Tigers. If they can just take this into three-quarter time, even a little bit less, they might be a little chance in the last quarter, Simone Olatu.
Well, you never know, definitely. And they also have an opportunity to win a quarter, which would also be helpful for them.
Rika's answers with a goal of her own. Margin 19. We've got 3:48 to play. Speaking of the quarter time scores, Cougars by 4 at present. There's that lovely shot from Rika's. And leaves the swan up. Did you see? Left the swan up that time. Sensational.
She did, and that was a great play there by the Tigers.
Sensational play all round. Started with Rika's. Finished with Somerville at her end. It's goal for goal at the moment. And McLeod goes out of court, is it?
I think it's Baird.
Was Baird, sorry. Not saying the first name again. And Mulherron gets us going again. Finds Gribble. Gribble cannons it into Monga.
Yeah, that's great.
Somerville out of court. Over to Adset. Gage calls for it, but...
Oh, well done there by Sorby.
Nearly pulled it in. Thinks she got contacted, but didn't. Has to wait. And Adset. Monga top of the circle. Somerville right in front of her. Couldn't see her, but gets an obstruction call. Gage having the work cut
Oh,
out.
adds it.
And the ball goes to no one. Disappointing end to a nice... Oh, there's that replay there by Sorby. That was impressive. And Haig, another one. Oh, got a fingertip to it. That would have been a second for the quarter.
Oh, well done, though. But she created enough pressure to cause the error.
So, margin 18, 2:31 to play. Tigers coming home at this quarter. They need 3 to square the quarter. Falls to Adset. Adset finds some. Oh, no, she doesn't, because the aforementioned Kamo, who never has a bad game, pulls that in beautifully. So, there's nothing to Kamo, is there? She must weigh all of like 22 kilos. She's just, but boy, she gets some elevation and rips in those balls that you think are going nowhere. She just gets her hand on, rips them in.
Yeah, no, she's got great long arms, but she reads the ball really well as well. That helps.
Loving Rikas today. Scores effortlessly there. Gives herself a clap. She's pretty impressed with the way she's going, as are we. So can she answer it? Just outside the circle. Fires it back. Gribble. There's that cannon again. Long pass over to Monga. Nice drive by Gage, who's replaced Bachelador. About another 11 minutes there to Bachelador, so she's up to 22. We think. You reckon 30. I reckon maybe 2 11s.
Maybe 2 11s?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like another turnover here.
Great opportunity here for the Tigers. They've got it just in their defensive goal third. Haig, no one to throw to, eventually finds Monga, who fires into Gage, back to Adset. Oh. And a pass to no one. We've called that a few times today.
Yeah, it's just a finish there and a misunderstanding between Adset and Summerville a couple of times this afternoon.
Is it they're rushing it too much, do you think, or?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of,
Panic
absolutely panic. Particularly, that comes into teams when there is only that one option. They just think they have to give it, if they don't give it to that option, then there's no other one. So I think, hence the importance of having, more than one. And the Tigers have done that, particularly in this quarter, better than what I had done previously.
So,
Stour
couldn't pull that one in. The pass from, I think it was McLeod. Wasn't a bad pass, just a bit of loose hands there. Well, Heron should get us going and does. Tigers, they've got 18 seconds to score. Margin's 18. They won't win the quarter, but they've only lost the quarter by 3 at present. Possibly 2. Oh, just a drop ball there. Monga just dropped that clean, and the long pass in this freak is as casual as you like. 3 seconds to go and says, I'll have that, thank you, and gets another one. So, 56, that's not a bad quarter defensively for the Tigers there. It was only 14 goals to the Cougars. Unfortunately, they only scored 11 of their own, so a 3-goal margin to the Cougars gives it 56-37. Fairly reasonable indication of how the match is going, Simone Nalatu.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Tigers were able to pull a few back towards the back end of that quarter, but the Cougars have really been unstoppable, haven't they?
They have indeed. The timeout was taken at 50-28, so they've won that part of the play since the timeout by 3. So you'd have to say the timeout worked for the Tigers. Unfortunately, it's probably not enough. They probably needed that margin to be a lot closer at three-quarter time to make this match still doable, because you're looking at it you have to score 23 to about 3 to win the game, and that's tough to do against the Cougars. Yeah,
no, definitely. I don't think the Cougars will let that happen at all. But I think we talked about it in the early part as the Cougars started to pull away, that the Tigers couldn't afford for that to happen because they'd be in this scenario that they are now. But it was a better quarter from them, so they would certainly be trying to take some positives away, and that is certainly one of them.
Excellent. Well, tonight, 7 p.m, it's a big match. It's 3rd versus 4th. Probably the match of the round. Wildcats are defending premiers, taking on the USC Thunder, coached by Gary Passion, Danielle Edwards, another experienced coach. They're going head-to-head. Last time those two teams played, I'll just quickly pull up my stats. It was the Wildcats. No, yes, let me try again. I don't even have it here. That's embarrassing, isn't it? I'll find that and get back to you. Round 1, there it is, sorry. Yeah, the Thunder, it was a very good game. It was 50-44 to the Wildcats. The Premiers got up eventually, so it was only a 6-goal margin. Hopefully the match will be similar. We're coming to you live from USC. The pictures will be there. The commentary will be done in Brisbane. And I'm joined by Mia Stour, and she'll be joining me in commentary for that one from just before 7. By all means, watch it. Tomorrow, what do you reckon? Jets versus the Bull Sharks. Bull Sharks, super impressive.
Yeah,
Last
look,
start, they must get some confidence from that. Kristen Oxford just played 100th game.
yeah, I mean, I think coming off a performance like that and then, going into a game where it'll be their home match or they'll have their home crowd, certainly a different Bull Sharks team. So if that team turns up tomorrow, then I think the Jets could have a bit to be worried about.
Well, that'll be interesting. Of course, that game tomorrow night from 6. Somerset College, tickets still available. Come on down and watch it. If you can't get your backside courtside, what do we say? Tune in, turn up or tune in. So listen to myself and a special guest from the coast as we bring you that game on all our usual channels, Facebook, the website, etc. So, last quarter, as a coach, what do you say to your players? You're 19 down. Do you just try and win the quarter? Or do you try something different and see if that works? Do you change your defence totally? Go to a zone defence or something like that, Simone?
Yeah, look, I think coming off that quarter where it was a better quarter for the Tigers, I think they'd be wanting to try and do that again, replicate that, because I think you don't want to have one-off quarters. They want to be able to eventually string together a 60-minute performance, so they'd be out looking for at least to do half of that and put out a similar performance in this quarter.
So, in respects to the ladder, they're only 1 point behind 5th. So, if the Tigers win this quarter, they'll jump ahead of the Sharks and put the pressure back on the Sharks to perform against the Jets tomorrow. So today we've got 1v6, that's Cougars v Tigers, and then tomorrow we've got 2v5, which is Jets versus Sharks. So it's an important quarter this for the Tigers. If they can get something out of it and get 2 competition points, they move up 1 rung on the ladder. For how long, we don't know. Sharks might come out and dominate tomorrow, and we don't know until we get down to Somerset College. So...
Yeah, no, and I think, in those scenarios, you want to make sure that you're trying to control the ladder as much as possible and are not leaving it up to other results. So the Tigers have that opportunity to do that in this quarter.
So, of course, the battle for 4th, there's 3 rounds to go. And now that the Suncorp Super Netball's finally coming to a conclusion, we'll get our venue back and we'll be able to put the rest of the competition draw out shortly. So will the team from the West take on our Sunny Coast Lightning tomorrow? Will they beat the team from the Sunny Coast? Will the Lightning take... The West are playing so well, aren't they?
Yeah, I think if you go on form, I think you would... it's the stats and everything suggest that the West Coast Fever may get the wood. However, if you look at experience and...
Well, they've been in the last
players,
3 finals, haven't they?
Yeah.
Langman, Sherian, Wood. It's pretty hard to get past that trio just right there. They're used to winning. It'll be a good game tomorrow. That's from 12.
Also up at Sunny Coast?
Yeah, home venue. They got the option of deciding where they wanted it, and Sunny Coast, of course, chose their home court.
Surprised you didn't go up and stay the night, Millsy, and then you could have just been there for tomorrow.
Well, actually, I had a missed call from a private number. I think it might have been Channel 9 looking for me, but I missed the call. So Gordon, if you're listening, hello. I've always been a big fan.
That was a great roll there by Riley Batchelor. And
she's back on. So
she's back on.
That 30-minute thing that you said might be right on the money. So if she gets
Who knew, Millsy? Who knew?
Yeah, I think the Queensland coach might have had a little whisper there, I feel. So should have claimed it as a scoop. And the Tigers fighting hard. And they get another one. Margin is 16. The Tigers having a run.
Yeah, this combination in the attacking end for the Tigers, I think, has probably been their best today, with Monga and Schuster in the centre court with Batchelor, Dore and Somerville.
So 3-0. Still no goal to the Cougars in the last quarter, and we've played nearly 3 minutes. Stour got a contact call there from Mulherron. So there's a Mizuno momentum shift right there. And there it is. Do you wear Mizuno shoes? You should.
I do, actually.
Excellent work. And Tigers owning the last quarter. This would be your preferred... a loose pass there. And
yeah, just probably not a well-placed pass, but also didn't protect the ball enough, Batchelor. Unusual miss there by Reekers.
So Batchelor gets a chance to redeem herself, but doesn't. She's frustrated. Led with the right foot, through with the right arm. Always never good when that happens. You can always tell the ball's going to go the wrong way.
Yeah, particularly on that angle.
Yeah. It was only really going to go one place, and that was to Liz White. And nearly gets the intercept there.
Yeah, it's a great strength of Bachelor Door is her defensive ability.
There's a lot to like from what we've seen, and the ball falls to Gribble. She rips it in. So it wouldn't drop any food around Gribble. Did you see that? She ripped that ball in. So Mongo with it now. Haig, oh, a loose pass, beautifully taken by Schuster. Bachelor very heavily involved in this quarter.
That was great play there. Plenty of deception on the ball.
Queensland 19 coach, you'd be happy with that little move. Looked one way, went the other.
Yeah, absolutely. Very happy. We've got Lily Gribble and Alice Mongo, who are also part of the 19 squad, so there's plenty to be excited about for that team.
Well, I'm putting you down as favourites, so...
Thank you, Millsy.
If you don't win, well, have to look at the management structure. So the ball with the Tigers.
Great roll there by Somerville.
And she gets it. Now, if the Tigers played with this energy for the whole match, the result might have been different. Like, it's only 16, and we say only 16 because it had got out to 24. So they've fought back from... They've won the last sort of 12 minutes by 8. So
heavy fall there by Monga.
Monga's taking a fall. Bounces up, has a bit of a laugh. Gets encouraged there from Haig.
Haig will give her plenty of sympathy. Not.
Yeah, it appears not.
She'll just point at her broken nose.
Yeah, I did that last week in training, and I'm here. Hello, we got a caution. Was it a caution on Monga?
I think it was on Mulherron.
Mulherron, was it?
I think so.
And another miss there by the Cougars. I'm telling you what, Liz White wouldn't be happy with what she's seeing right now.
No, she wouldn't, because she is obviously, not a perfectionist. That's probably not the right word, but she, from a coaching perspective, she'd want her team, to be able to put out that 60-minute performance.
Bachelor Door gets another one. Margin 15. We haven't been here since second quarter type times, so they are fighting hard. That was the halftime margin, was 15. Kamo nearly pulled that in.
She almost did. She did a great job to hedge. Got a tip to it, but wasn't able to keep possession. Did
you think she played that deliberately? Made it look like there was more space than there was? Very smart play.
Yeah.
Big fan of Kamo. She has had an incredible season. Enriquez finally answers for the Cougars. It's only their third this quarter. We've played 7. Another Mizuno momentum shift. Tigers go back.
Yeah, Schuster's done great.
Ad set, throws and saved beautifully by possession call, I feel, here to Hinchliffe it is. And now we've got an obstruction. Nope, we're away. We're going to go with the possession call. Smart umpiring there. And they're fighting hard here, the Tigers. Both our umpires, Jess Lakeman, Nicola Stevens, doing a good job today, as they do every week. Rika's just used her elevation and long arms there. And that could be the break in momentum. Margin back to 16 here, and you can just see the Cougars could dominate the last part of this quarter now. Bit slow coming on. Dyer's back out there now.
Oh, well done by Schuster.
Schuster and...
Tigers falling all over each other.
It's a tiger tail. Ad set that time on the carpet as well. Enriquez got contact on the ball by Mulherron. You wouldn't want to give Enriquez too many second chances.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I get frustrated as a coach when you see great shooters, they finally miss one and it's an obstruction. Yeah. And they just get it back and you go, oh no. So, and you expect great shooters to get, 90% of their shots, but that one they miss, and you've got to give it, here you go, have another chance.
Yeah, have another
little
go.
Scallywag.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of great shooters, Bachelor Door keeping the Tigers in at this quarter. Margin 16, doing well. Another Mizuno momentum shift, and the ball falls with Schuster.
Yeah, great defensive pressure there by Bachelor Door.
McLeod contacts. Bachelor Door has got more confident as the game's gone on.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, she's played Ruby and she played in an internal match last week on the bye, but this is the first time she's taken the Sapphire court, so absolutely her confidence is growing.
So, a bit of loose play being shown here by the Cougars and the Tigers. Cougars coach Liz White won't be happy with what she's seeing. Gribble kicks it over to Schuster, finds Adset, great drive, and Somerville throws a loose pass off balance.
Yeah, just probably needed to balance up a bit more.
Here's that structure we talk about. Look at that perfect play. Look, that is absolutely perfect. If you're watching at home, kids, that's how you take a throw in from the side. Left, right, straight down the middle. And that was nice play by the well-drilled Cougars. Now it's Stour to hit the floor. Rikas replays it. Play on, says the umpire. It's getting a bit scrappy, Simone Nolatu.
Yeah, look, it is. Coming to the last quarter, coming off a bye, maybe a little bit expected, but certainly going into finals that both coaches, but particularly the Cougars, given that they are guaranteed a final spot, would not be happy with the finish of this game.
So the Tigers, remember they were down by 19 at three-quarter time. It's only 16 now. They're winning the quarter by 3. This is a big quarter for them. The last 5:32 is important. There's a place on the ladder for them if they win this quarter. They move up to 5th. And a ball just fell out of her hand there. So
yeah, a little bit of hesitation and unsure there, Gribble, and had already let go of it.
And ball back with Dyer. Haig nearly gets it. She's a try-old Haig, isn't she? She just keeps going and going and going.
She is. She's got a high work rate. And I like her back in the wing defence position because she's willing to have a go and
another miss by Stour, but she gets her own rebound. Margin 16. Tigers must score here if they're any chance to win the quarter.
Yeah.
4:40 to play. Nice play there.
Kamo almost had it then, but Somerville.
Sweet shot by Obi Somerville. Keeping the Tigers fighting. Breakers casually to Dyer. Dyer throws to no one. Hits the HART Sport sign cleanly. Our major sponsor, HART Sport. And this is a chance for Tigers through Mulhern. Oh. Gribble, great drive through the mid.
Yeah,
falls to Gage. Batchelor off. So, geez, that would have been about 30 minutes, Simone.
Oh,
that's Christmas miracle. How did you know that?
My goodness.
So speaking of that, do you get any input into that, or is it all a medical-based decision and they just let you know what's happening, and is that how it works?
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely. And to be fair, that Riley's in the elite development program, so that's run by Jenny Brassel. So she probably gets the final say in terms of, or helps manage that in consultation with the physio and strength and conditioning coach.
So Jenny Brassel, of course, former assistant with the Firebirds, a long time with Rosalie, so did a great job when she was there. So, and we have a timeout here, I feel. Must be called by Liz because the Tigers have already used theirs. So Liz probably not happy with a few things she's seeing. They are losing the quarter by 4 now. So margin of 15. It was 19 at the break. It's not often Liz loses a quarter. So she's going to give her Chargers a goal, I'd say, to pull it back in this last 3:27. But the Tigers, pretty impressive last quarter. A lot to do with Riley Batchelor.
Absolutely.
They're ending up on the ground. Is that an excuse for you to switch off and not think about what's happening? Martina, you lost total concentration. They're flying at everything, they're hitting you, and then you put a shot out over the baseline. You throw a ball away, you stop moving, you've got it clear. Take her out of the play. Take her away. Let them run in it so that they have to work hard for it. Right? Now that is awful play.
Let's go.
That is nothing. And you can play so much better. You have played for 3 quarters really well. And now, again, the last quarter we've switched off. I want to see you come out in this last 3.5.
Stern words there from the super coach, Liz White, calling it like we've called it. And she's not wrong. Everything she said there is pretty accurate, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. Right on the money, Liz White. On the end of a Liz White spray.
It was a barrage. That was a barrage of words.
It was, but, I think that is why she is as good as she is because she is able to give players clear instructions and they will respond. Honesty
in coaching, it's something that's it's very uncommon. It's great to see. I'm a bit that way myself, as was the Collingwood coach last year, and he copped a lot of criticism for actually saying to one of his players that, he expected more. So, but sometimes a bit of honesty goes a long way, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, as Liz pointed out, they've played the first 3 quarters so very well, and they wouldn't want to finish, because usually it's the last, your last quarter that you remember when you leave, and you don't want to be driving out the car park thinking about kind of, the balls going over the court, the missed passes, the missed shots, etc. So
yes, it was harsh, but it was constructive. It wasn't destructive. It wasn't bullying. It was to me, it was just right on the money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look what's happened now. The Cougars scored the first 2 out of the timeout. So eating into this margin, they want to win the quarter. So Tigers desperate to hang on, because they will jump up a place on the ladder if they can win this last quarter. Gauge with it. There's a lot more intensity now by the Cougars. You can see it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think another thing I took from Liz's message was that it seems like maybe the last quarter is the one that they tend to fade off the bat. So obviously something that they want to work on, particularly leading into the finals, as we've talked about, not that far away. So kind of bigger things at play than just this game.
Sweet shot from Summerall. Will it get answered by Rikas? No, but there's a contact by Mulherron. She's an expensive keeper at times, Mulherron.
Yeah, just not, in moments that kind of matter, you need to stay in play, and that was one.
So probably expect better from the 141 test match veteran. And 1:36 to play, margin 17. So Tigers still by 2. I think if they get this one, this could be their quarter. Summerall kicks it out. They must score here. Gage with it now. Pressure's on. Boom Shuggalugga, she gets it. I think that'll be enough to win the quarter and get them 2 competition points and throw them into 5th ahead of the Sharks. But the Sharkies with a game in hand tomorrow. The Bull Sharks taking on the Ipswich Jets. And that pass, again, Liz not happy. I've just looked over. If looks could kill, that would be one of those looks. So Liz will have some stern words at training. She now turns to her support staff and has a quick word to Amanda Vanderwall. It's a bit of a dream team coaching, isn't it? It's not really fair. Liz White and Amanda Vanderwall on the same team.
Oh, look, they've been together again for lots of years, so...
They've lasted longer than most marriages.
Yeah.
And they are a coaching powerhouse. And Somerville, a little bit of confidence. Another no-ringer, margin 15. It's been a great last quarter by the Tigers. Where's this been all match, Simone Olatu?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's kind of been I think the story of the Tigers, like you were saying, season so far, is that they've got the goods. They just have to be able to put it out on the court and do it consistently.
It's not too late. There's 3 games to play. If they have good results the last 3, then they could sneak into the 4th place, and anything can happen from 4th. Like, netball's not one of those sports where you have to finish 1-2 to win the thing. It's not like rugby league where you're belting yourselves every night.
Yeah.
So, a late goal there to the Cougars. Tigers with one more chance. We've got it through. Gribble looks in, fires Summerall. She can't pull it in. Hinchcliffe gets one more stat. The long ball to Rikas. Mulherron gets it. Is there a contact? No, it's game, set, and match. A great last quarter to the Tigers. They win it by 4, but unfortunately the damage was done by 3/4 time. The margin was 19 at 3/4 time. Cougars winners, 66-51. Simone, where was that last quarter played for the first 3?
Yeah, no, definitely, Millsy. And I think if I look at your stats, that the Tigers potentially could have won the second, or may have drawn the second half. So won that one by 4. So I think, yes, that is a question.
They drew the second half. Yeah, absolutely. That's correct.
So I think that is a question that you can take plenty of positives away from it, but also ask some questions about, like you said, why couldn't we start it that way? And I think that's, some big questions that the Tigers need to answer if they do want to really push to be in that top 4 at the end of the competition.
You're absolutely right. Like, they won the second half. Like, you could say that maybe the Cougars switched off at half time, but the third quarter I thought the Cougars played quite well. It was just the Tigers played quite well as well. So, I don't know that must be frustration for the coach. Obviously, as you said, they've got the players. They can perform for 30 minutes. Why can't they do it for 60? So that's the $1 million question. Let's talk about the 2 people that came back. Let's start with Ruby Bakewell-Doran. Did quite well, didn't seem to have any effects for the ankle. Your thoughts?
No, not at all. I thought, Ruby was her elusive self and was able to, work within her unit, and certainly didn't miss a beat when she was on at all, and when she came off as well. So I think, it was great to see her, back on court, and I think, the Cougars will take lots of positives out of that today.
We'll come back to it. There's the ladder right now. So the Cougars go miles in front. They're on 113 points. Even if the Jets win all quarters tomorrow, they can't catch them so that first place is still secure for the Cougars. But the big move is down the bottom of the table. Now Carina Lee's club Tigers move up to 26 points. And if Jets do the job tomorrow and get all quarters, they'll have moved up by 1 point and they'll be into 5th. So that's, that last quarter was important. Let's keep talking about the people that came back. Riley Holland, she came back from a thumb injury. didn't seem to have any effects?
Oh no, Riley was fantastic today, as she usually is. Was able to not only, her teammates were able to find her really well, and she's able to put the ball to goal.
And the big inclusion, Riley Bachelador, huge game. That last quarter, it was Riley of old, yeah?
Absolutely. I think, it shows what, she can do when she's in this team. And you can also see the players around her and the confidence that they take. Great to see Riley on the court and looking forward to seeing her more.
And just wrapping it up, best for the Cougars, best for the Tigers.
Well, look, I think Kamo was very good today for the Cougars, and Sorby. I think as a unit, they turned lots of ball over, particularly in that in that first half.
And best for the Tigers?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think they had moments. There were different ones that had moments. I think I really liked when Alana Schuster came onto the court. I think she opened up and created a lot of space in that Tiger attacking end for me.
Yeah, that's a good point. I thought Lily Gribble was pretty good. Kamo, again, I'm a massive fan. I thought she had a great match. Ali McLeod impressed me. They changed their centre, which is usually Hinchcliffe. Didn't miss a beat in that first half. They were very, very impressive, and she played a majority of the first half. Well, that concludes this game here, 66-51. It's our first of three. Don't forget tonight, we are coming to you live from just before 7, and we've got the USC Thunder taking on the Wildcats. It's third versus fourth. My name's Dave Mills. I've been joined in Coventry by Simone Nalatu, state names coach, former Fiji international. Simone, thank you for coming again. We weren't sure if you were going to come back. Will we see you again for the rest of the season?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Millsy. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Thanks again to our sponsors, HART Sport, Mizuno, and of course all our pitches today have been brought to us by Double Take Sports. My name's Dave Mills. I'll be back at 7. Bye for now, Brisbane. Stay beautiful.